alone. A word that often carries an air of sadness, of solitude unwelcome. But what if solitude is not loneliness, but a canvas for self-discovery? What if it's not an emptiness to be filled, but a space where we truly meet ourselves? We live in a world that celebrates connection, yet in the midst of it all, we sometimes forget the importance of connecting with ourselves. If you can master being alone, you can master anything, because in solitude you meet the real you. Watch till the end. Today we're breaking this down into 6 powerful sections, each one revealing a new layer of what it truly means to be alone. By the end, you might see solitude in a way you never have before. And trust me, you'll want to stay till the final section, because that's where everything ties together in a way that might just change how you experience solitude forever. In a world of constant noise where notifications dictate our attention, we often forget the beauty of silence. We seek companionship to avoid the quiet, distractions to evade introspection. But have you ever stopped to listen to the silence? To truly be with yourself? The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. Think about that. Owning yourself. No expectations, no pressure, no need to fit in, just you, raw, unfiltered, real. When was the last time you sat alone with your thoughts? No phone, no music, no distractions. Soren Kierkegaard, the philosopher of inwardness, warned that the crowd is untruth. He believed that in solitude we escape conformity and encounter our authentic selves. Society urges us to belong, but true belonging comes from within, from embracing the self that remains when the world fades away. Yet, many fear being alone. They equate it with loneliness. But let me tell you something. Loneliness is not the absence of people. It is the absence of connection, even to yourself. Solitude, on the other hand, is the presence of oneself. And what a profound presence that can be. Can you be comfortable in your own company? Can you enjoy a walk, a meal, a movie by yourself? Not because you have to, but because you choose to? Henry David Thoreau left society to live in a cabin by Walden Pond, and there he wrote, "I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude." Solitude teaches us self-sufficiency, not just physically but emotionally, intellectually, spiritually. When you learn to be alone, you develop a kind of strength that no one can take from you. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, looking at the vast sky. No distractions, no voices, just you and the world before you. That is the power of solitude. And if this message resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Nietzsche believed that only in solitude could one achieve true self-overcoming, a transcendence beyond mediocrity. Become who you are, he urged. Solitude is not an escape, it is a transformation. The art of being alone is about finding joy in solitude. It's about relishing the quiet moments. Reading a book, watching the rain fall, taking an early morning walk while the world sleeps. Kierkegaard called it the existential task, to face oneself without distraction, to wrestle with our thoughts, our fears, and emerge with clarity. Because when you know yourself, when you are at peace with who you are, you will never truly be lonely, no matter where you go. Solitude unlocks creativity. In stillness, the mind wanders. In silence, inspiration emerges. Some of the world's greatest works, poetry, music, art, were born in solitude. Think of all the stories, all the inventions, all the masterpieces that may never have existed if their creators had feared being alone. Thoreau saw solitude as a wellspring of imagination, writing, "What beauty might you create if you embraced your own solitude? So if you find yourself alone, don't resist it. Sit with it. Let it whisper its lessons. In solitude you will find your voice, your strength, your peace. Nietzsche, Kierkegaard, and Thoreau all saw solitude not as exile but as elevation. You are not escaping the world, you are returning to yourself. And in that return, you might just find that you were never truly alone after all. Now, I have a challenge for you. This week spend just 10 minutes alone, no phone, no music, no distractions, then come back to this video and tell me, what did you experience? Did you feel peace, resistance, a sudden creative idea? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read as many as I can. Let's start a conversation because sometimes, even in solitude, we find connection.